Well, hey, how's it going? Ed Reiner, Daily Dose of Mind Stuff. Welcome to, oh, there goes my, I got a new setup here. You can't see it, but I added another monitor. So I may be looking around, but I'm really excited to have two monitors again, finally, after a long time of only using one, which I find very difficult, especially if you've ever used two monitor setup, which most people I think have now. It just makes workflow and things so much easier. And having one was really difficult to do things, especially when I was trying to share my screen. I'd have to basically be blind when I was clicking on stuff, but we'll see how this goes. So you may see my head going back and forth from time to time, and I got to kind of switch this around the setup because where this is coming down the arm is right, it's just reaching on top of the monitor head. So I'm going to have to maneuver some things and shift things around, but that's okay. So welcome to Daily Dose of Mind Stuff. I am Ed Reiner, if you have not been with me before, and we are continuing on with the paradigm shift. This is a really good lesson. I really love when Bob teaches the lesson of the acorn. And he talks about the acorn and a pattern plan that the acorn has. And there's a pattern plan in us, but the acorn can't change that plan. We can. We can change what we are, who we are. So I'm not going to get into a whole lot of it. I'm going to let Bob go ahead and explain the lesson of the acorn, and then he's going to go on to finish on about learning and how we learn. And one of the big lies that we've been taught is, going to school to learn is not just gathering information and remembering and repeating. Learning is when you take an idea, you act on that idea, you get feedback from that, whether you're failing at it or something happens, and then that learning process is how we learn. But Bob will go into that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to share that screen and we will go from there.
Let's ask ourselves, how does all life operate? All life grows exactly the same way. It grows by law. People have been giving me acorns lately. I've got 3 or 4 acorns at home, big ones and small ones and cup acorns. You take the acorn as a seed. Aristotle used to hold it up in front of a class and say, "What is this?" He wanted the people to tell him it was an oak tree. Aristotle was wrong. It's not an oak, it's an acorn. It is a seed. There's no oak tree in the seed. But there is a pattern plan in that seed that controls the vibratory rate of the seed, the acorn. Now, if you take 2 drops of water in a glass top table and push them together, they become one. You've heard the saying, what God hath joined together gives it new meaning. You'll never separate that 1 drop into exactly the same 2 drops again. You won't do it. Well, there's energy packed right up against the acorn in the earth, right smack against it, but it's not on the same frequency as the acorn. So it doesn't mix with the acorn. However, some distance away, there is energy that's in perfect harmony with the acorn. And there's little particles of energy marching like good soldiers right to the acorn. And when they get there, they resonate with that acorn. And just like the 2 drops come together, you get a bigger drop. When the energy is attracted to the acorn does the only thing it can do, it expands. And shoots come out of the bottom, and shoots come out of the top. It breaks through the earth. Then it attracts from the atmosphere, as well as from the earth, particles of energy that are in harmony with it. See, the oak tree is in the universe. The pattern plan is in the seed. It's the pattern plan that controls the vibration of the acorn. The energy that created the acorn was always here. It's in harmony with and was attracted to the seed. So the acorn's in the earth. The energy for the oak tree is in the universe. The law of attraction brought them together. Do you know that you grow exactly the same way as the acorn? Here's the deal. You get an idea and you plant that in your heart, in your subjective mind, that controls the vibration you're in. And if you keep feeding that idea, you stay in that vibration and you will attract all the good you want is already here. You're going to get in harmony with it. Now, if you say, well, I don't know about this, so show it to me. No, don't get it that way. Got to believe. If you don't believe, you're toast. Forget it. Now, let's look at this. Why do we go around like that? Because we don't have a good education. You're getting a good education here. The yellow represents an educational model. The white represents the Proctor Institute's model. Now, there's the person, and they have senses. And they go to school, and they hear the teacher. You hear the teacher. You hear with your ears. And because you hear the teacher, you start gathering information. The books start to pile up in the consciousness. And then in a certain period of time, the teacher comes along and gives you a test. They want to see if you've learned it. And if you pass the test, they'll say you know it. Now, there's the first great fallacy. Just because you can repeat what's in the book doesn't mean you know it. That's not knowing it. Now, think of this. Hearing and listening are two completely different things. Hearing, you hear with your ears. You listen with your emotions. You got to let yourself get emotionally involved in this. Just hearing it won't cut it. Learning is not gathering information. Learning is when you consciously entertain an idea, you internalize it, you get emotionally involved with that idea, then you step out and act on the idea, and you change the end result. It's the change in result. It's the feedback from the change in result that is the learning experience. I see. If I get emotionally involved and do this, the results change. I've learned. Now, this is what accounts for people that have gathered all kinds of information, read many great books, listened to many great professors, wrote the exams and passed them. They got the degrees coming right off the end of their business card, and they do nothing. They're very frustrated because they're so smart, and they got crappy results. Where another person doesn't even go to school, but he learned something. I learned if I do exactly what I think he's telling me, I can become wealthy. It's helped me earn millions of dollars, and I'm not that smart. I just got a couple of good habits. When paradigms stay in control, nothing changes. We've got to understand that.
Okay. So super quick lesson again. But as Bob finished with there, when the paradigm stays in control, nothing happens. And for the vast majority of us, the paradigm is controlling us. It's controlling our behavior, which the paradigm is a multitude of habits. So that is our behavior. It's controlling how we utilize our time, our ability to earn money. It controls everything. And the majority of our habits and our paradigms are habitual. They're not even ours. They were passed down through generations. So with these segments, these little lessons, these mini lessons that I've been sharing with you that I've been using to study on a daily basis, we're starting to learn how we can shift the paradigm. We've learned, and if you're just joining us, go back and watch some of the other ones. how important the paradigm is in our lives and what we have to do to change it. So, being that a paradigm is a multitude of habits, we only want to focus on one or two habits and changing those habits. What most people will do is when they become aware of this kind of stuff, they will go to change a whole slew of them. It's like people that are trying to release weight. Maybe they're overweight and they're going to get up in the morning early. They're going to start exercising. They're going to do this and they start changing all of these habits and they will have some results, but they don't last because they're not changing the paradigm. They're doing too many things and they go right back to the old habits. The old paradigm overrides the new. So we just want to focus on changing one or two. And when we get those changed, then we can move on to other ones. So that's all we have today. That's all I'm going to go into. Watch this lesson again. It's a short one. And if you're getting value out of these, share this. Go to my website. I'll put on the end here. You'll see my and go there, subscribe, go to my website. I've got a free giveaway on there. I don't remember which one it is right now, but you can get signed up to get regular updates from me. Share this with your friends, family, anyone that needs to see this. Share it with them, get value out of it, change your paradigms, and I will see you guys tomorrow, same time. We'll go earlier because I'm going actually earlier today to see. Normally I'm going at noon. It's 8:30 my time right now, so in about 8:15ish, 8:20. So I'm going to be messing with some of the times. So some of the times might not be exactly the same because I'm going to be doing some testing with this. I'm taking what I've been doing and I'm putting that learning process in and seeing what works, what doesn't, who's on, who's not on live. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Should be around the same time between 8:15, 8:30ish. And you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you later. Said Reiner. Peace. God bless.